Amna, what have we done in our previous classes? Amna, can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. हमने क्या कर लिया था? What was the last topic we covered in our previous class?
You were teaching what is nutrient.
We have talked about nutrition, है ना? Nutrition is the process of intaking of food and as well as its utilization by the cell, है ना? And from where we get our nutrition? We get our nutrition from food, है ना? And
Yes.
we have talked about nutrients, है ना? What do you mean by nutrients?
Sir, the components of
The
food.
various components of food, है ना, are known as nutrients, है ना? So I have divided nutrients into two categories as far as I can remember, है ना? I have divided nutrients into two major categories. First one was
Energy yielding food.
very good. Energy yielding और दूसरा जो एनर्जी यील्डिंग नहीं होता है, ठीक है? तो कैन यू गिव मी द एग्जांपल ऑफ एनर्जी यील्डिंग न्यूट्रिएंट्स? I have told you na the example of energy yielding nutrients. Carbohydrate, beta carbohydrate, we get energy from carbohydrate, we get energy from fats, है ना? We can also call fat as lipids, है ना? And finally we get energy from our proteins, है ना? And nutrients which do not give any energy but are important for us. So what were them? What are the example of that nutrients? Vitamins and very good. Vitamins and minerals, है ना? Vitamins and minerals. We can call vitamins and minerals as protective food. What? Protective food, है ना? Because they help us to, because they boost our immune system, है ना? So we can call them as protective food, है ना? Because they improve our immune system. Have you heard about this term immune system?
Yes, sir.
Immune system is basically a system in our body which help us to fight various pathogens or disease causing organism, है ना? So what is the role of vitamin and minerals? They are protective food. They help us to improve our immune system so that our body can fight with pathogens. ठीक है? Shah Abdullah. Can you hear me, Shah Abdullah? It's Abdullah या Abdullah?
Abdullah.
Abdullah. Can you hear me? You were absent
Yes,
in a previous class, है ना? So
Yes, sir.
let me just recap a little bit for you. We were talking about nutrition. What do you mean by nutrition? Can you define me nutrition?
Nutrition means the bodybuilding, repairing present in the food.
Okay, that is nutrient, है ना? Nutrition is the process of taking of food inside the body and its utilization by the cell, है ना? the process by which you take food inside the body, that is called ingestion, है ना, and as well as its utilization by the body. If you will eat food, you will definitely get energy, है ना, ATP, and you will use that ATP for various activities, various life process. For example, for respiration, for digestion. Understood? What is nutrition? Taking of food inside the body and as well as its utilization, है ना. So from where we get our nutrition? We get our nutrition from food, है ना.
Food.
Okay. Hamna, tell me, food is an organic compound or food is an organic compound or inorganic compound? I have told you. Food is basically bacha organic compound. Food is organic compound. What is organic compound? Compound made up of carbon, है ना. Compound made up of carbon. Okay, so we get nutrition from food, and food have component of food. Food have various component, है ना. Food have various components in them, है ना. Food have various components in them, है ना. From food we get various different types of components which are known as nutrients. Okay, so we divide nutrients into two types. First one is energy yielding. Energy yielding means from those nutrients from which you get energy. Understood? Those nutrients from which you will get energy. And the second one is we can say that food nutrient which do not give any energy, है ना. So it's nutrient which do not give any nutrient, है ना. So let's talk about the component of food, the nutrient which will not give any which will not give any energy to us, है ना, which nutrient which do not give any energy. So what are those? Vitamins and minerals. Is vitamins and minerals are important for us or not?
Yes, sir.
Vitamins and minerals are very, very important because they are protective food. What? Because they are protective food, they improve our immune system. Shah, can you tell me about immune system? Shah Abdullah. Shah, can you hear me? Okay, I guess not. Okay, so let's move forward. Immune system is basically a system present in our body which fights with various pathogens, है ना. What are pathogens? Pathogens are organisms which can make us ill, है ना. Organism which can make us ill, है ना. Ill या disease, है ना. Disease. So vitamin and minerals are protective food because they improve our immune system so that our body can fight with pathogens. What are pathogens? Organisms which can make us ill or diseased, है ना. From where do we get vitamin and minerals? Amna, can you name some food from where we can get vitamin and minerals?
Sir, fruit.
Fruits. We get vitamin and minerals from fruit, है ना. So we get vitamin and minerals from fruits, है ना. Fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables. Okay, fruits and vegetables. Okay, now we will move towards energy yielding food या nutrient. Energy yielding foods and nutrient. So what are the examples of energy yielding food या nutrients? First one is carbohydrate. ठीक है. The second one is fat or lipid, and the third one is protein, है ना? So can any one of you tell me the role of these nutrient or food? What is the role of carbohydrate? What is the role of fat? And what is the role of protein in our body? Why we need carbohydrate? Anything? Okay, let
No,
me take
sir.
it. No, okay. Uh, okay. Carbohydrate is the instant source of energy. Carbohydrate is the instant source of energy. Instant source of energy. Yeah, first source of energy. Beta, do we require energy to do daily work or not? है ना? We required food energy to do various works or not, है ना? We require energy. So from where we will get those energy? We will get most of the energy from carbohydrate. Okay, so carbohydrate is the instant source of energy. Can you give me the example of some carbohydrate? Have you heard about glucose? C6H12O6. Have you heard about this word glucose?
Yes, sir.
Glucose is the example of carbohydrate, है ना? And it will give you a lot of energy, है ना? When we feel sick or dizzy, what we use, है ना? Doctor will prescribe ORS solution, or we will use some glucon D, है ना? Glucose powder. We will put in water and mix it, and we will drink that, है ना? To get some instant source of energy. तो कार्बोहाइड्रेट का फंक्शन क्या होगा बेटा? It is the instant source of energy. Example will be glucose. Can you tell me the food from where you will get a lot of carbohydrate? From which food we will get carbohydrate? There are various type of foods na present in our market. Can you tell me the example of some food from where you will get carbohydrate?
The grains.
Grains. Okay, you can, yeah, you are right. The we can say that we get carbohydrate from rice. If you eat rice, you will get carbohydrate, है ना? You will get carbohydrate from chapatis, है ना? Roti, है ना? Chapati, roti, or you can say wheat, है ना? So rice, wheat, and beta aloo. What we call aloo in English, potato, है ना? So potato is a good source of carbohydrate, है ना? Okay. Okay, now we will talk about fats or lipid. What do you mean by fat? We call,
The fat.
we
They
call,
store.
you tell first.
They store energy. Fat.
The stored energy. Okay, okay. A person with a big belly, we will say that he has got a lot of fat in his body, है ना? Usually we say that na, person with a big belly, big stomach, है ना? So fats are basically stored energy. If you required, if a person required required energy is X. Suppose required energy is X kilocalorie. कितना? How much? Required energy is X kilocalorie. For example, I need 200 or 2000 kilocalorie energy. Okay, but what happen if I eat more than 2000 kilocalorie energy? If my body need how much energy? 2000 kilocalorie energy, or I can say X kilocalorie energy. But suppose I eat a lot, I eat more than 2000 kilocalorie energy. So what will happen? The extra energy will be stored in the form of fat. Abdullah, can you understand that? Are you able to understand my?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. If we eat more food, the extra energy will be stored in the form of fat, है ना? So we can say that fats or lipids are the stored energy. Agreed or not? Stored energy, है ना? Stored energy. Okay. Now we will talk about proteins. You must have heard about proteins, है ना? Nowadays people take care about their protein diet, है ना? Why protein is important? What is the role of protein? What is the role of protein?
Sir, it helps in the repairment of body tissues.
Help in repairment of body tissue. Abdullah, have you heard about gym? You must have seen your seniors going to gym for workout. Yes or no? Yes or no? Hamna, agreed or not? People go to gym for workout or not, है ना? And
Yes.
they take various kind of protein diets, है ना? Supplements, protein supplement. Why they require protein? To make body, है ना? So proteins are basically used for body building, है ना? Used for body building and for muscle growth है ना? Muscle growth and tissue repairment. Suppose there is an injury in a tissue. Suppose there is an injury in my muscle, है ना? So how the injury will heal? Because of protein. ठीक है? So do you understand the concept of nutrients? What is nutrients? Nutrients are the component of food, है ना? So there are two types of nutrients. Basically, first one is energy yielding, and the second one is beta those nutrients which will not give you any energy. ठीक है? We divide energy yielding food into carbohydrate, fats, and proteins. Carbohydrate is the source of instant energy. Fat is stored energy. Proteins are basically used for bodybuilding, muscle growth, and tissue repairment. Any doubt regarding this? Any doubt regarding this?
No, sir.
Okay. Can you give me the example of some food from where we get proteins? Shah, Abdullah.
Yes, sir.
Can you give me some example of food from where we can get proteins?
Examples of proteins are uh, uh, I think so. Chicken,
Chicken,
meat.
हाँ, chicken, okay, chicken, है ना? Basically meat, है ना? Okay. Hamna, now you give some example of food from where we can get protein in our diet.
Sir, dal.
Dal, हाँ, lentils, है ना? Dal is a very good source of protein, है ना? Lentils. उसके अलावा we can add tofu or paneer, है ना? These are the food from where we can get enough proteins, है ना? Can you give me the example of food from where we can get a lot of fats? Butter, ghee, है ना? Animal fat. We use animal fat or not? We also use animal fat, ना? ठीक है? So, okay, you can copy that. Then we will move forward, है ना? Copy this.
Sir, done.
Then Shah Abdullah, आपने कर लिया?
Yes, sir.
You completed this slide. Are you done with this slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can take a screenshot if you have not completed yet. Okay. You can do after the class. Okay. Okay. We will move forward. है ना? We will not talk about type of nutrition. है ना? We will not now talk about type of nutrition. है ना? Okay. I will write a small definition for Shah Abdullah because it is his first class. Okay. Hamna, tell me the definition of nutrition. I have already discussed this with you. Fast. Hamna, just tell me the definition of nutrition.
In food and its utilization by our body.
Okay. The process of taking food inside the body. The process of taking food inside the body and its utilization the process of taking food inside the body, मुंह में खाना रखना और उसका क्या करना, utilization ठीक है, utilization ठीक है. How many types of nutrition are found on this planet Earth? How many types of nutrition are found?
Sir, autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition.
Autotrophic and heterotrophic. Okay. There are two types of nutrition found in this earth, है ना? The first one is autotrophic and the second one is beta autotrophic and the second one is heterotrophic. You must have studied this in your previous classes also, है ना? In your lower classes you must have heard this term autotrophic and heterotrophic. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me ask Abdullah. What do you mean by autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition? Abdullah, I'm asking you the questions not to check the caliber, just to make you aware about the concept, है ना? Same goes with Hamna also. ठीक है? Okay. These are autotrophic and heterotrophic. These are the name of process, है ना? These are the name of process. Auto means,
Yes, sir.
Auto means basically auto means बेटा self. Auto का मतलब क्या होता है बच्चा? Auto means self. ठीक है? What is the meaning of auto here? Auto means self. Or trophic means means nutrition. Nutrition, है ना? So what is autotrophic nutrition? So what can we conclude from autotrophic nutrition? It is a kind of self nutrition. Yani it is the process by which organism make their own food. I can say that or not? Self nutrition. Self means by themselves, है ना? So I can say that it is a process by which organism make their own food. Are you getting my point? The process by which organism make their own food is known as autotrophic. Okay. And the organism are known as, those organisms are called as, those organisms which make their own food are known as, what we call the organism? The process is known as autotrophic, and the organism who can perform autotrophic mode of nutrition are known as beta autotrophs. Okay. The process name is autotrophic. The name of process is beta autotrophic, and the organism name is autotroph. Those organisms which can perform the autotrophic mode of nutrition are called as autotrophs, है ना? What is the meaning of hetero? Hetero means dependent, yeah, different, डिफरेंट बोल दो या डिपेंडेंट बोल दो. On trophic means beta nutrition. So what is the definition of heterotrophic nutrition? So it is a process in which organism cannot make their you can complete the definition also, make their own food, है ना? The organism which the process in which organism cannot make their own food is known as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. What we call those organisms which cannot perform which cannot make their own food? What we call the organism? Those organisms which cannot make their own food are known as beta organism which can make their own food are known as autotrophs. So organism which cannot make their own food will known as, bolo beta, heterotrophs. Understood? Okay. We divide. So basically, there are two types of nutrition. First one is beta autotrophic. Second one is autotrophic. Second one is heterotrophic, है ना? Heterotrophic. ठीक है? We divide autotrophic nutrition in two groups. Can any one of you give me the details about this? We divide the autotrophic mode of nutrition in two categories. What are those two categories? Amna, Shah, Abdullah, any one of you know about the classification of autotrophic mode of nutrition?
No, sir.
Okay. Have you heard about phototrophic mode of nutrition and chemotrophic mode of nutrition?
No, sir.
Okay. We divide autotrophic mode of nutrition into two types. है ना? First one is phototrophic nutrition. And the second one is chemotrophic nutrition. Or we can say that photosynthesis and other name will be chemosynthesis. Have you heard about this term photosynthesis and chemosynthesis? Bacha, these phototrophic nutrition and chemotrophic nutrition or chemosynthesis or photosynthesis, it's the name of process. It's the name of beta process, है ना? ये किसका नाम है बच्चा? प्रोसेस का नाम है ना? प्रोसेस. देखो, what have I told you? Autotrophic means process by which organism make their own food. Does food have energy in them? Food contain energy or not? Food have energy or not? है ना बेटा? Amna, Abdullah, food have energy or not? है ना? Have you heard about the concept?
Yes, sir.
Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Have you heard this concept or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. है ना? So what I'm trying to say is that in autotrophic nutrition, it is a process in which organism, suppose any organism, X organism, make food and food contains energy, है ना? So if this is an organism, if suppose this is organism, ठीक है, this organism is making some kind of food, some kind of food and this food have energy, है ना? So this energy must have come from the some another source of energy or not, beta? Because
Yes.
energy cannot be created. Energy cannot be created if this organism make a food and this food have energy. So there must be another source from where this organism will obtain energy or not. Can you get my point?
Yes.
हम ना, आपको समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes.
अच्छा, शाह अब्दुल्ला, can you get my point or not? शाह, ओके, लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड. तो देखिए, ऑटोट्रॉपिक मींस organism which can make their own food, है ना, which can make their own energy. So there must be some source of energy. What I'm saying that there must be some source of energy from where these organism autotroph, these autotroph, है ना, these autotroph will get energy, है ना. So if the source of energy is photo means what? Phototrophic nutrition. What is the meaning of photo?
Light.
हाँ, फोटोट्रॉफिक, मैंने गलत स्पेलिंग ली थी, तो मैं सही करता हूँ. फोटोट्रॉफिक न्यूट्रिशन. लेट मी रीराइट दिस अगेन. फोटोट्रॉफिक nutrition and autotrophic. Okay, what is here? Photo means beta light. Photo means beta क्या? Light, है ना. So the source of energy must be light. If the source of energy is light, if an organism is utilizing the light energy to make food, then that mode of nutrition would be phototrophic mode of nutrition, or we can simply call this as photosynthesis. Understood or no, not? ठीक है. So what is
Yes.
photosynthesis? Photo means light. So it is a type of autotrophic nutrition in which organism in this organism make their own food, with the help of light energy, है ना. What is the source of light energy on our earth? हमारे अर्थ पे लाइट एनर्जी का सोर्स क्या है? What is the source of light energy? सन इज द मेन सोर्स ऑफ लाइट एनर्जी, है ना. तो फोटोसिंथेसिस या फोटोट्रॉफिक न्यूट्रिशन समझ में आता है. those type of nutrition in which organism make their own food with the help of light energy. Understood? We will discuss this in detail, है ना. And what is chemosynthesis? Chemo means beta, chemo means chemical, chemo means beta chemical, and synthesis means to make, है ना. So we use chemical energy to make food, है ना. So what is chemosynthesis? In this organism make their own food with the help of, क्या होगा बच्चा बताइए? With the help of
chemical energy.
chemical energy. Okay. Can you give me the example of what we will call those organisms which perform photosynthesis? Organism which perform photosynthesis are known as उसको क्या बोलेंगे बेटा? Is known as phototroph. क्या बच्चा? phototrophs, है ना? An organism which make their own food with the help of chemical energy are known as chemotrophs. What? Chemotroph. Chemotroph. ठीक है? We will discuss heterotrophic mode of nutrition on next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Can you give me the name of any? Can you give me any example of chemotroph organism which make their food from chemical energy? Can you give me the name of any example, any organism which make food from chemical energy? Just think, or you can say random names. Have you heard about bacteria? Example, for example, bacteria. Have you heard about the term bacteria? है ना?
Yes.
There are special type of bacteria known as green sulfur bacteria. What? Green sulfur bacteria. These bacteria make their own food with the help of chemicals around them. With the help of chemical around them. Suppose this is a green. I have said green sulfur bacteria. Let me choose another color. है ना? Let me choose another color. Okay. Suppose this is a bacteria. This is a green sulfur bacteria. What? Green sulfur bacteria. These bacteria will take chemicals. These bacteria will utilize chemical present near them. Utilize chemical present near them. For example, NO2, NO3, है ना? They will absorb this chemical. For example, NH4, है ना? And convert these chemical energy into food, है ना? तो chemotroph का एक example, you have to remember one example of chemotroph, that is green sulfur bacteria. It will utilize the various chemical present in his surrounding to make a different kind of food. Okay, can you give me the example of phototrophs? Abdullah. Okay, he is not responding. Hamna, can you give me some example of phototrophs या photoautotrophs? Can you give me some example of phototrophs या photoautotrophs? Beta, green plant make their own food or not? Hamna?
Yes, sir.
Green plant make their own food with the help of light energy, है ना? उसके अलावा can you give me another example? Have you heard about cyanobacteria? Cyanobacteria is a type of bacteria also called as BGA. Blue green algae. क्या बेटा? Blue green algae. So these cyanobacteria or blue green algae can also make their own food. Beta own food, है ना? Okay. And the third examples are some protista. You must have studied biological classification in class 9. Do you remember anything regarding that biological classification? We divide various kingdom: Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae, Animalia. Do you remember that? You must have forgotten. Okay, no problem. We divide organism into 5 groups. Monera, 5 kingdom. कितना? We divide organism into 5 kingdom: Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae and Animalia, है ना? Animalia. So some protista can also make their own food with the help of light energy. For example, Euglena. ठीक है, तो these are the example of photoautotrophs. Green plant can make their own food with the help of light energy, cyanobacteria, and some protista, for example, euglena. Okay, see here, I am saying that cyanobacteria and other name of this bacteria is beta blue green algae. ठीक है, तो cyanobacteria is bacteria or algae. Algae comes under plant. So cyanobacteria is a bacteria or an algae. It's confusing, na? It has two names. First name indicates it is a bacteria. The second name indicates this is an alga. So tell me, cyanobacteria is bacteria or an alga?
Sir, algae.
No, cyanobacteria is actually a bacteria, but in earlier days, scientists think that cyanobacteria is not a bacteria, it's an algae. So the previous name of cyanobacteria was blue-green algae because its color was little bluish and greenish in color. But after sometimes scientists realized that blue-green algae is actually not an alga. It is actually a bacteria. So there was a new name known as cyanobacteria. ठीक है, तो cyanobacteria is a bacteria, not an algae. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will tick that the cyanobacteria is a bacteria, not an alga. As blue green alga was a old name. It was a old name. Old name. ठीक है, copy this.
Sir, done.
Done. Okay. Now we will talk about heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, and from next class we will study in detail about autotrophic mode of nutrition, that is photosynthesis. We will start with photosynthesis from next class. Okay, we will study about heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay. Nutrition. How many type of heterotrophic mode of nutrition are found in our earth? You can say that. How many types of heterotrophic nutrition are found?
Sir, saprophytic nutrition, parasitic
Very good. Saprophytic, parasitic, and
nutrition.
holozoic. Very good. There are three type of mode of heterotrophic nutrition. First one is parasitic. First one is parasitic. Okay. Parasitic. Parasitic nutrition. What do you understand by this term parasitic mode of nutrition? Any idea about this parasitic mode of nutrition? Parasitic nutrition is that type of nutrition in which organism derive its nutrition from another organism by living inside the body या outside the body. For example, बाल में in here we have lice. Have you heard about the term lice? Lice, जुए in Hindi, है ना? So what does lice do? Lice do. It sucks blood from your head or not, है ना? And by sucking the blood, it's also absorbed nutrition made by you, है ना? So parasitic mode of nutrition is that nutrition in which organism gets their food by living inside the body or on the surface of the body of other organism. I will write down this for you. Organism derives its food from the body of organism derives its food from the body of another living organism, from the body of another living organism. Are you able to understand the writing? Do you have any problem regarding the writing? It's clear for you? Okay. Organism derives its food from the body of another living organism, है ना? Another living organism without killing it, है ना? अगर मार देंगे तो फिर तो वो शेर बन जाएगा ना, है ना? प्रीडेटर कहलाएगा. ओके, ठीक है. Organism derives its food from the body of another living organism without killing it. ठीक है. So we divide what we call the organism. The organism will called as parasite. The organism will called as parasite, है ना? Those organisms which derive its food from the body of another living organisms are known as parasite, and the mode of nutrition is known as parasitic mode of nutrition. Okay, we can classify parasite into two groups. है ना? Ectoparasite. First one is ectoparasite. Have you heard about this term ectoparasite?
No, sir.
Okay. And endoparasite. The second one is endoparasite. What have I told you? Ki organism will derive its food from another organism. So if suppose there is an organism X, ठीक है, it is dependent on organism Y. It can either obtain its food from living outside the body, है ना, or it can obtain its food from living inside the body. If the organism is obtaining its food या energy from living outside the body, then that parasite या that organism will called as ectoparasite. Ecto means on the surface and endo means inside the body. Endo means beta inside the body. ठीक है. तो parasite, ectoparasite means parasite lives on the surface of the organism. Can you give me the example of some ectoparasite? Think. I'm gonna think about example of ectoparasite. Have you heard about the organism known as lice? लाइस, हमारे बालों में जुएं हो जाती हैं या नहीं हो जाती हैं बेटा?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, तो लाइस हमारे सरफेस पे होती है, इनसाइड बॉडी होती है?
On the
सरफेस,
surface.
ऑन द सरफेस। ओके, तो लाइस ऑन ह्यूमंस, है ना, लाइस ऑन ह्यूमंस। उसके बाद हैव यू हर्ड अबाउट द ऑर्गेनिज्म नोन एज टिक्स? टिक्स, ticks is basically ticks and lice belongs to the same family. Lice are found on the surface of humans. Ticks are found on the surface of dogs. On the surface of beta dogs, है ना? ठीक है, okay. Endoparasite, what do you understand by endoparasite? You can define now. I hope so.
So the parasites which live
Inside the body
an
of
organism.
another organism. Very good. Parasite which lives inside the body of another organism. Will this parasite will kill the host or not? Will these parasite will be able to kill the host or not? Host will be me. Okay, अगर जुए मेरे सर पे हैं तो I will be the host. Okay, can these lice can kill me or not?
No, sir.
No, these parasite will not kill the host. Okay, if suppose this is a parasite, है ना, तो we will call this Y as host organism. Okay, host. So parasite will never kill their host. Okay, parasite which live inside the body of another living organism, that is host. Can you give me some example of endoparasite? Think. Can you give me the example of endoparasite? Have you heard about worms? There are various kind of worms. बोलते हैं ना पेट में कीड़ा हो गया है. I don't know आप you use this phrase or not in your Arabic country, but in India we say कि बच्चे के पेट में क्या हो गया, कीड़ा हो गया है ना. कीड़ा means worms, है ना. So there are various type of worms which can found inside our intestine. Round worms, beta what? Round worms. Have you heard about round worms? है ना. उसके बाद we can give example of tapeworm. What? Tapeworm. Have you heard about malaria?
Yes, sir.
Malaria is caused by which organism? If you don't know, okay, it's no problem. Malaria is caused by plasmodium. Malaria is caused by plasmodium. So plasmodium will enter inside our body and it will take energy from us and it will make us ill. It will give us malaria. So plasmodium will enter inside our body or not? है ना. Plasmodium which cause malaria. Plasmodium which cause malaria, है ना. Plasmodium which cause malaria. Okay. अच्छा, let's talk about some other example of ectoparasite. Some other important example of ectoparasite. Have you heard about plant known as cascata?
Yes,
Have you heard
sir.
about the cascata plant? You must have read this in class 8, है ना. Cascata or amarbel, है ना. Amarbel plant. Basically, what is cascata? देखो, I will draw a tree. Suppose this is a green tree. This tree can make their own food or not? Green can make their own food, yes or no? Okay, because it is green in color and it must contain chlorophyll, which is important to make own food, है ना. But there are some plant which are thread-like structure. Some plant which look like thread and found all over the surface of green plants. These plants are known as cascata. What is the color of this plant, beta? Cascata or amarbel? Cascata or amarbel. What is the color of this plant? Yellow, it cannot make their own food. It cannot make their own food. Okay, it cannot make their beta own food. So that's why it is also example of ectoparasite. ठीक है, तो ये प्लांट वाला एग्जांपल हो गया. ये these are the animal examples and these examples were of endoparasite. ठीक है, do you have any doubts regarding today's topic?
No, sir.
Okay, the time is over, I guess, so you can take the screenshot. You have written this on your notebook, na? You have written this slide on your notebook.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can take the screenshot of this slide and we will continue